All right, everyone. Well, welcome to our weekly Wednesday webinar series. If you're having any sound issues, if you can see me but can't hear me, head over to that audio tab, click on the sound check, and just run a system check. If that doesn't work, try switching between the way you're called in, computer or phone. If that doesn't work, log out of WebEx and log back in to get yourself set up. If those of you who want continuing ed, make sure you watch this entire session and then take the survey. Survey will pop up when you close it out. If that doesn't work, the same survey will be emailed to you an hour later. Even if you don't need CEUs, please take it. We definitely like to get all of your feedback. I want to know everything I did and get your input. I really appreciate it. Next week on Earth Day, we're excited to have Mike from the Green Builder Coalition come back and talk about the water efficiency rating score and talk to you a little bit how you can start to use that now for your projects and for your work and get a little introduction to it. So we're excited to have him back on Earth Day, celebrate it right. And then just announced the following week, we're going to have our friend Ty Newell back to talk about HVAC, working title, HVAC in the age of COVID-19 and what you need to know. And of course, we're always learning more, so there'll be more after this. And then we're going to be talking about pollinator wildlife-friendly solar farm projects. And we're also have a full Lead for Homes Green Raider training as well that we're still planning right now. So you can check all that out on our website. If you support our mission to empower people to make healthier and more sustainable choices in the places we live, you can become a member, keep these webinars going, get instant access to them. You don't have to register, discounts on paid training. Go to our website, check out Become a Member. All right, well, welcome everybody to 10 pro tips to get to low carbon for new and existing homes, single family and multifamily. This course is approved for 1 hour in continuing education, GBCI, AIBD, NARI Green, BPI NonWholeHouse, as well as AIA Health, Welfare, and Safety, which may make it applicable to your state-based design or contractor license. Today, I will also be not just a moderator, but the speaker. And representing the GreenHome Institute, I am the executive director here. We're going to be talking about what are 10 tips you can use now on your projects to ensure low carbon success. And so we're pretty excited to be doing that. So we've, over the last several years have gotten to know many of you who are tuned into our sessions, many of you who are our members, many other folks around the Midwest and the country who do what we call low carbon or net zero projects. And we've kind of been able to put together sort of these 10 pathways that we see that sort of are the glue that hold all these projects together, and come up with some broad strategies that we think we can communicate to you. Now, this is a session that we've kind of been doing for a couple of years, and every time there's new ideas, new strategies, new ways of approaching this or articulating it, we redo this session and update it with fresh material. So this is kind of a iterative, evolving item. And so if you have ideas or projects you want to contribute to this, we're open to all that feedback, and we love it. The other thing is that these 10 tips kind of can be placed in different, the order we have them in, we think are from the most important to not necessarily the least important, but you want to put more focus on the higher numbers, less on the lower. And those priorities can change slightly for multifamily housing or whether you're doing renovations. So we'll address some of that. But these are pretty much the priorities we have in place. And so we're going to go through and cover all these. And as we're going, please ask questions. Don't feel like you're bothering me. You don't have to wait till the end. I will try to get to them as soon as I can. So please, chime in, and we definitely want to hear from you. All right. So the first tip that we had, the first pro tip, the biggest one, is making the commitment, right? So it's about starting at the beginning of the project, early in the design stage, or after you've done on a renovation the walkthrough and assessment evaluation of where your project's at, and just making the firm commitment to to doing it. And it's really getting the whole team together. And right now you don't want to get the team together in person, but online for now, but eventually, hopefully soon in person. But get that whole team together. And we're talking, you know, again, the smaller the project, perhaps the less participants, the more hats people wear, the larger you get more. But, you know, we're looking at owner, GC, builder, design, architect, landscape architect, renewable energy expert, plumber, insulator, electrician, energy rater, you name it. Get everyone together, get them committed to the goal of low carbon. Get it in writing, get them committed, get it in, you know, get it in your contracts that they will need to complete certain things to achieve this based on what we talk about later, and just make sure everyone is working towards that goal. And, you know, this goes without saying, but communication is key from the beginning of the project to the end of the project and into the operation stage. Having complete communication between all of the trades, making sure everyone knows where they fit in, how they can work with each other rather than get in each other's way. You know, we see that honestly as the #1 failure to not achieving these types of goals on projects at the end of a project. It has nothing to do with costs, doesn't have anything to do with technology. A lot of it has to do with just a failure to be able to communicate with each other in a way that ensures that, you know, everyone's on the same page. So having that goal established, and education and training. So if people on the team need to get educated a little bit more on how to do this, you know, that's very important as well. You certainly don't want to throw someone off of your team just because they don't know what to do. In fact, people who don't know anything about this or hadn't done low carbon before can bring new ideas, new ways of looking at it, whereas someone maybe who've done it a lot might be set in their ways. So it's always, you know, important to educate and train people that you want to work with on this. So, you know, we have throughout this session, we'll be providing you sort of these broad ideas, but then we'll point you to resources you can use to move forward on some of these different tips. So we have a whole, and we keep adding this zero energy topics sessions on our YouTube. It's just a sort of a place where we dump all of our courses that are focused on zero energy and low carbon. So you can check that out, send it to your teams who need to get trained. The other thing about making commitments is certification programs. So you can use a certification program as a way to establish and formalize a commitment that's very tangible and marketable. So, you know, we have a whole zero energy kind of low carbon session for the different types of programs that are out there. And we kind of compare them all and get into more details later, so you can check that out too and decide which, you know, one you want to use when your team's committed.